Live from Charlotte, this is WBTV News on your side.
And thank you for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Brandon Hamilton. 3 months ago, the world started to say her name, Shanquella Robinson. Since her October 29th death in Cabo, Mexico, here at WBTV, we've shared her story. From a conversation with her parents,
it said that her neck had been broke,
to the rallies in Charlotte pushing for answers, and being the only station asking someone who was on the Mexico trip the question the world has been wondering: what happened to Shanquella Robinson? And tonight, another side of this story from someone she called a classmate, a teammate, and above all else, a friend.
Have a 2.0 or higher GPA.
A cheerful smile.
Teachers, if you have any...
An infectious laugh.
That's you. You said academy.
She lived. She lived.
That, Kayla Mitchell says, was Shanquella Robinson.
She was just full of energy, just full of love.
This video made public for the first time. Robinson and Mitchell doing what they loved at West Charlotte High School. Talk about you and Shanquella's relationship. When did y'all first meet?
So we first met our freshman year at West Charlotte. We started in the IB program. When we instantly connected through our love in fashion. We love to dress up. We put our finest on every day. Class of 2015, teammates on the Lions cheerleading squad. A memory that just sticks out, I don't know why, but it was her birthday. And I got her something as simple as a hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts. And you would think I would have brought her the most extravagant gift ever. She was just so happy. She recorded on her Snapchat. Like, it was a real moment for her.
Recalling those moments brings a smile, which is why Mitchell says hearing of Robinson's death shocked her.
I just couldn't believe someone would be capable of doing something like this, and not only to her, like, it was just crazy because I was actually, watching her story, like seeing that she's enjoying her time. So it's just like, how did it just go left? She was so young. She had so much more life to live. Like, we were planning to work together.
Robinson arrived in Cabo, Mexico on October the 28th. A day later, she was found dead. She was on a trip with friends. An autopsy report shared by her family stated she died from a cracked spine. On November the 18th, the FBI started an investigation. The next day, Robinson was laid to rest in Charlotte. November the 24th, we learned Mexican authorities issued an arrest warrant, calling Robinson's death a, quote, femicide. Are there any questions you have?
What was going on? What's the progress? What's in motion? Like, what's the timeline? That's my question. Like, it's been months now. I mean, you can't run away from justice. God is a just God. So whatever you do when people are not around, God sees it. And that's the ultimate. Like, you have to go through him.
In a recent news conference, Mexican prosecutor Daniel de la Rosa Anaya reiterated a request has been made for extradition for the, quote, direct aggressor. He also says they did ask U.S. authorities to interview those on the trip. As far as the FBI's independent investigation, in a statement, the agency says, quote, the FBI investigation into the death of Shanquella Robinson is ongoing. We know this is a difficult time for her family and the community. The FBI is working with the Department of Justice to conduct a thorough and exhaustive investigation. What would you want the world to know about Shanquella Robinson?
That she was just so full of life. She loved experiences, living big, just enjoying and making the most of it. And I feel like that's a lesson that could be valuable to all of us, is just to enjoy our lives and just really live.
And for this story, her family released this statement. It says, quote, on behalf of the Robinson and the Long family, thank you all for the outpouring of support. In my sister's untimely demise 3 months ago, unfortunately, no one has been arrested. And the investigation of this case is still ongoing. Please continue to support and stand with us in solidarity in this journey fight for justice for Shanquella. A second statement from Shanquilla's father also says, quote, "I am blessed and grateful for you all to do this for the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, and not letting the people who is responsible for her life just think they can do what they did and not answer to what happened in their presence. Once again, thank you for caring about Shanquilla Robinson." And the question tonight, what is next in this push for answers? Well, the community will rally on February the 18th by marching to the post office on McDowell Street, that's in Charlotte, to mail letters of concerns to the Mexican government. Now, as far as any investigation is concerned, a conclusion could take months. Right now, no one's name has been officially released in connection with this case, and no arrests have been made. You can follow all of our coverage on this case right now on our website. That's WBTV.com. Turning to your forecast, let's take a look. It was a good day to be outside. You're taking a live look at our HD Tower Cam. This is Uptown Charlotte. After a cold weekend, we are in for a nice warm-up to start things out. Let's send it over to First Alert meteorologist Alicia Wilson for the check on your workday forecast. And Alicia, we've officially crossed over to Monday morning.
Well, good morning, Brandon. We are tracking some fog at the moment. We have a dense fog advisory that's been issued by the National Weather Service in Raleigh. This is going to be for Chesterfield and Richmond counties, where you can see the visibility is poor. It's down to 1 mile in Rockingham and 0 in Chesterfield. So we're going to continue to monitor that, as that dense fog advisory is going to go until 3 o'clock this morning. But all clear as far as any wet weather goes, and as far as the cloud cover goes. Mostly clear skies tonight across the Charlotte metro area. The temperature is definitely not as cold as they were earlier this weekend. We're at 45. We've got a light northwesterly wind at 3 miles per hour. So we're in for temperatures falling down into the mid-30s during the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. It's down to 33 in Lenoir and Morganton. And from here, we'll keep it into the upper 30s right around 5 o'clock. And it's going to be in between hours. They will hit those lows into the mid-30s by tomorrow morning after sunrise, rapidly climbing into the 50s. And we've got some 60s on the way. High temperatures tomorrow going to make it up to 63 in Charlotte, 65 for the Sandhills, 61 for the foothills, and in the mountains we'll be stuck into the upper 40s. But from here, it only gets warmer. We've got some warmer days ahead. I'm going to tell you more about that coming up in a full look at your First Alert 7-day forecast. Brandon.
Thank you, Alicia. We do have breaking news right now here at 11. Police are on the scene of a shooting. As you see here, that's just outside of Uptown Charlotte. We have seen crime scene tape go up on the corner of South Mint Street and Summit Avenue. Medic telling us tonight one person was shot and taken to the hospital. No word on their condition or what led up to this shooting. Now, we have reached out to CMPD for more details. We will pass those to you as they become available. Now at 11, Charlotte-Mecklenburg police are investigating a shooting at Northlake Mall. This is the second shooting there in nearly 2 months. CMPD says the call for today's incident came in around 2 this afternoon. Our Erica Lunsford was on scene all afternoon. She joins us now with more on the investigation. Erica.
Earlier today here at Northlake Mall, there was a heavy police presence with police cruisers blocking the main entrances to the mall and people evacuating. I did speak with one woman today. She said as soon as she heard the gunshot, all she could do was run.
My adrenaline was going. It was an insane experience.
Gunfire at Northlake Mall sending many shoppers into a panic.
We wanted to get out of there. We were running. There's a lot of people running, a lot of noise. There are actually still people sitting down. While we were running, we were just looking around, not realizing what was going on. So we turned around and let them know that there was gunshots going off in the mall and that they needed to get up and leave.
CMPD says the call for the shooting came in around 2 o'clock Saturday, stemming from an altercation near DTLR, a sneaker and clothing store.
We believe that this was a dispute between two parties inside the mall, and one shot was fired.
CMPD says this was not an active shooter situation, and no one was struck in the shooting.
We're very confident of our investigation. We have our North Division detectives working this shooting, and we will get more information out to you regarding any suspect information or closures on this case through our public affairs.
For shoppers at the mall, they're glad the situation wasn't worse.
Very eye-opening. I usually have my kids. We didn't have them today, so I thank God for that. It's just you can't really prepare yourself for anything in the world anymore.
CMPD is encouraging anyone with any information to reach out to Crime Stoppers to help out in this investigation. Northlake Mall did release a statement saying in part they are working with local authorities in this case. Reporting from Northlake Mall, Erica Lunsford, WBTV, on your side.
Thank you, Erica. Now, last night we did tell you the union representing CATS bus operators came to an agreement to avoid a strike. Now, following the passing of Saturday's vote, CATS interim CEO Brent Cagle issued the following statement. Quote, "This new contract calls for significant wage increases, making our operator positions among the top paid on the East Coast. We will continue to work with RAP, DEV, and Smart Union bus operators so we can continue to provide essential mobility solutions that connect communities to opportunity, places, and each other." Now, Cagle says CATS will continue again to work with bus operators. You can read his full statement right now on WBTV.com. Also now at 11, an 82-year-old man is dead after he was hit by a car while walking on a Lincoln County roadway. Troopers say it happened just after 6 Saturday evening. This was on Highway 27 near Asbury Church Road. We mapped it for you out here. Now, we're told the driver of a 2008 Nissan Rogue was driving down the highway when they hit Charles Preston Long and then hit another vehicle. Long was airlifted to the hospital with critical injuries and died earlier today. Now, the driver of that Nissan was not injured. This is an ongoing investigation. We'll update you on this story as we learn more. China is now expressing, quote, strong dissatisfaction and protest against President Joe Biden's decision to down a suspected spy balloon yesterday near Myrtle Beach. A lot of you saw that balloon over our area as well. Now, U.S. officials say the high-altitude balloon was being used for surveillance, but China insists it was a civilian research vessel blown off course. Now, the Navy and Coast Guard vessels on the eastern seaboard are working on recovering the balloon debris with plans to send it to the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia for analysis. Week 3 of the Alex Murdaugh trial will resume tomorrow. A judge will likely rule this week whether jurors will hear testimony on nearly 100 other charges the disbarred attorney faces. Tomorrow, the judge will hear more testimony regarding Murdaugh's financial crimes he's accused of. The state argues those testimonies and evidence should be allowed in the murder trial because they believe it was the motive for the killings of his wife and son. The defense is arguing they are not connected. So far, the jury has heard none of those financial testimonies, but we are expecting Judge Clinton Newman to rule on whether to allow them some time this week. If he does allow it, we're told that could extend the trial for several more weeks. The trial will start at 9:30 tomorrow. And WBTV is on your side, bringing you every update in this case. You can check and stay up to date on the latest developments, both on air and on our website at WBTV.com. Still to come after the break, the Grammy Awards return to Los Angeles for a star-studded night featuring the very best in music. Next here at 11, we're bringing you the highlights from tonight's show. Alicia.
We are tracking some warmer weather headed our way just in time for the start of the work week. I'll tell you when those temperatures will reach into the 60s next.